Hi everyone. Just an update on where things are at with church and the COVID lockdown situation. You may have seen this video on Facebook earlier, or you're watching it today before the service. Either way, we think it's important that you know what's going on. But first up, a big thank you for all those survey responses. We loved hearing from you all. It was super encouraging. The responses they showed about half of our members are really keen to get back to face-to-face gathering as soon as possible. And about half are unsure and likely to take a little bit longer. Overwhelmingly, your responses showed that you were concerned about not spreading or catching germs when you return. And your responses also showed that we're all really missing seeing each other in person, and we want to worship together, and while online isn't the same, it's been a good second best for most of us. We want to let you know that the elders decided that church could reopen in person once we're allowed 100 people in the building, at the discretion of the ministers. Now, we see today, Friday, Scott Morrison, our Prime Minister, has said that the 4 square metre rule will replace the 100-person cap on meetings. Now, this doesn't mean that we will be back meeting in person next week, but the elders are meeting this Tuesday night to put our plan together so we can get back as soon as we think is wise, but not rushing. As you can appreciate, there's lots to consider to make sure we can be face-to-face safely. And importantly, there's lots to consider in how we might best bring glory to God as we seek to know Jesus, love people and change lives here. As I mentioned at the annual congregational meeting a couple of weeks ago, this lockdown period that we find ourselves in has given us an opportunity, a great opportunity to review and to evaluate and to consider how best we might do the mission God's given us of making disciples, of growing a community where knowing Jesus and loving people changes lives for the glory of God. In the meantime, we'd really love for you to be praying. We want to bring God glory, and so we ask that you would pray for all those decisions to that end. Please also pray about and prepare your heart for doing church differently together when we return to meeting in person. We know the change, it can be unsettling, but we also know that God's in control and that He always has our best in mind. And as He seeks to grow His kingdom, it's good for us to grow in the way that we join Him in seeing that kingdom grow, in seeing people know Jesus and love each other and change to glorify Him. Big thanks for your ongoing love and support for our community and your patience while we work things out. Overall, we're feeling really positive and excited about getting back in here with you all, so stay tuned for more news on the way forward next week. Talk to you then.